Picture perfect day here at AT&T Park as we get ready to wrap up this three-game series, Cardinals and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, it's always tough to sweep a team, and then much tougher to sweep a really good team, and the Cardinals are that. So if that's going to happen, Mike, what are the Giants going to have to do today?
Well, they have to pitch well. I mean, this has been a series that really has featured outstanding pitching. It'll continue today between Matt Cain and Brad Penny. And if you're Matt Cain, don't expect a lot of runs. Just go out there and grind every inning, not expecting to get any runs at all. I think that's the mindset you have to have. For the Giants offense, that's basically what they've been the last week. Scratch and claw for one, maybe two runs. And the pitching staff, well, you have to take it upon yourself to make those runs stand.
Travis Ishikawa making his first start of the year at first base. All right, when we come back, we will have the lineups on the first pitch right after these messages.
Giants Baseball is brought to you by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Toyota. Say yes to amazing deals on your favorite Toyotas. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Yes.
Beautiful night last night. Beautiful day today here at AT&T Park. Cardinals Giants. Our game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 63 degrees, light winds, humidity at 65%, and it is sunny. Let's take a look at Tony La Russa's lineup. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll go like this. It'll be Schumacher, Ludwig, and then Albert Pujols. Pujols against Kane. 5 for 9, a home run. Holiday, Rasmus, Freeze, a late addition, then Molina, Ryan, and Penny.
The Giants defensively will set it up with Velez, Torres, and Scherholtz. That's your outfield. Best arm is in right field with Scherholtz. Renteria and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. DeRosa and Ishikawa on the right side. Ish getting his first start of the year. And behind the plate doing the catching will be Benji Molina. And this is the gentleman who'll be putting the fingers down for. Matt Cain making start number 4 in the year. Still looking for his first win. He has pitched well. 12 strikeouts against 3 walks. Has 21 base runners in 18 2/3. You're going to see a power fastball. He can 2 and 4 seam with a slider, curveball, and a changeup. And effectively, the high 3/4 short armor can pitch across the chest. Not many guys can pitch high with a fastball. Cain can do that.
Here's the first pitch of the ball game. And a swing and a foul off the bat of Skip Schumacher. 106 first pitch.
Schumacher does not wait around. And he's up there hacking. You see what the Giants have done to him so far. 3 strikeouts and 5 at-bats. He's got a hit. But he hacks.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 to Schumacher.
Good 2-pitch sequence right there. You look to establish an off-speed pitch early, especially a changeup for Cain, which I think is his best off-speed pitch, and he just did in 1 pitch.
Schumacher fouls it out of play. Schumacher put 1 foot on the ground after he got to bed, and he was swinging this morning.
And he's not going to take a pitch. He paid his quarter. He's going to get his hacks.
Ludwig to follow, just underway. Inside, called by home plate umpire Eric Cooper.
Good idea with that slider. 0-2. Try and plant it flat at the hands to a left-handed hitter. Guys that aggressive. Stay out of the strike zone on him. Do not have to throw a strike to a guy who's swinging it like Schumacher.
Right back to Cain, who spears it. 1 out. Well, right before the first pitch, Danny and Jay Leader, the grandkids of Larry and Kathy Nibby, were out on the mound as part of the group that goes out. 1 at each position, in this case 2 on the mound. Amy and Dad are the dads, but here's Danny and Jay. Okay, Kaner, help them out now. Yeah, see right over there. Yeah, and off they go. That is called the Nibby Leader Home Run Try.
There's the Nibby family. A very proud bunch. Jay and Danny. They did their jobs well.
I know one thing, those 2 kids are faster than their grandpa.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Amy and Dan are watching this on TV, so they're getting a chance to see this firsthand. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Ludwig. We don't want to let the game, get in the way of Danny and Jay, for crying out loud.
Yeah, we would not let that happen.
Now, if Larry would have been running, that would have been the topper for me.
We could make that happen.
1-2 to Ludwig, hitting .297, and he fouls it out of play.
2 times they've got inside with the inside location with a fastball. 2 times Cain has come across the plate with it. Now, he got a swing through strike on the second strike, the knee high corner away. But right now, he's not able to plant that inside corner. And it's important to establish both sides of the plate with the fastball, especially the first time through the lineup. Something that's you talk about doing.
Another foul ball out of play.
And he just did. That was an excellent fastball and really planted it inside. You saw how Ludwig, who has got good power, got bunched up. Watch the elbows bend. Power hitters like to get extended, and that was not an extended swing. Well, they're kind of flirting with trouble here. I mean, they're trying to pound him in. You can see how they're trying to pitch him. They've had 4 targets to that inside corner, and he's only been able to plant it 1 out of the 4 times.
Out of play. Ludwig 1 for 4 lifetime against Matt Cain.
Well, he has not really come close to squaring up the fastball. He's been late. I can see why Molina is stubborn to the fastball. If a guy's that late on the fastball, don't speed his bat up by throwing him an off-speed pitch. Fastball again.
Again out of play.
And again late.
Told Eric Cooper was behind the plate. Miller, Fairchild, and Mike Riley from first to third. We've got a good battle going right here.
No, they're just going at him with fastballs.
Albert Pujols watching from the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him.
Change up, but they went out of the strike zone with him, and he got him to chase. Nice pitch. Throw that pitch, but make sure you put it down below the strike zone. Let the movement take him out, and he follows. Big pitch. Let's take a look at our Toyota keys to the game for the Giants. Runs, and more runs. It's been problematic for the offense to crank it up. And strike one, very, very important for Matt Cain to establish that aggressive advantage and fundo magic. You got to play good fundamentals against good teams. And so far in this series, they have done a pretty good job of doing it. And when you expect the game to be a pitching duel like we've seen in the first 2, fundamentals play very, very large in close games.
High and deep to left. Velez gone. Albert Pujols a solo home run. 1-0 Cardinals. His 7th of the year.
A little elevation on the breaking ball. You really get an example here how flat his bat stays in the zone, and he catches it with backspin, and watch the hands throw the bat head. Very, very light grip on the bat.
Here's Matt Holliday. Holliday looks at a strike.
And right back in the strike zone. You have to attack that zone, especially after a home run. A lot of pitchers will nibble. Matt Cain, not one of them.
In tight to Holliday.
This guy's got a little history. I mean, there have been a few times that Matt Cain has gone inside and lost control of the fastball and has hit Holliday. And they have definitely had a few shouting matches during the games in their career. Most of this is when Holliday was a Rocky. Good pitch. You're not going to see quite as big a strike zone from Eric Cooper that you saw last night with Mike Riley, the crew chief.
Two and two as Cain throws that fastball by Holliday. Holliday on Friday night, 1 for 4. Had a couple of hits last night, 3 for 8 in the series. So payoff pitch coming up to Matt Holliday, and he fouls it back. Giants straight away in the outfield, pretty much the same on the infield for Matt Holliday. 6 for 32 against Cain. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Albert Pujols gives the Cardinals a 1-0 lead. Giants are coming up. home run. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Velez to lead it off, followed by Renteria and then Sandoval. Benji Molina back to being a cleanup hitter. Mark DeRosa, good numbers against Penny. He was hit twice last night. Ishikawa, his first start of the year. Sherholtz, Torres, and then Matt King.
All right, what do you say we check out the Cardinals defensively? They're going to have Holiday, Rasmus, and Ludwig. That's your outfield. Freese and Ryan on the left side of the infield. We've been impressed with Ryan's glove in this series. Schumacher and Pujols on the right side. And Yadier Molina, the other Molina brother, will be doing the catching. Two-time Gold Glover, putting down the figure for Brad Penny, making his fourth start. And boy, is he off to a great start with the Cardinals. Just 20 runners allowed in 21 innings. You're going to see a power arm, a lot of fastballs from Penny, but they have been fantastic. And velocity-wise, they've gone 93 to 97 miles per hour. He has a curveball and a split. He likes the fastball. He's got exceptional command. He's a big fella. 6'4", 240-pounder out of Blackwell, Oklahoma, 31 years old. He's a 10-year veteran.
Here's Velez. And Velez swinging on the first pitch. Rolls it foul. Velez hitting .229. Renteria to follow. Low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Penny 5-3 lifetime against the Giants. 4th start. Velez has never faced them before. Velez led off last night and went 0 for 3. And Velez is just 1 for his last 19. Swinging a pop-up left field, a long run for Holiday. And Holiday slowing down, puts it away, and let's go to Amy Gutierrez. Amy.
Well, gentlemen, I spoke to Nate Sherholtz about facing former teammate and friend Brad Penny today. He said they have an advantage because they know what Penny has. The key is to put up runs early and often. About their friendship, Nate said quite simply, I don't have a friend on an opposing team. When it comes to ball game time, it's all business. Fellas?
Game on.
Game on indeed, and that's how you have to be.
Here's Renteria. Renteria has pretty good numbers against Brad Penny, 10 for 26 with a couple of doubles. Sandoval to follow. Low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Giants winning on Friday night 4-1. Last night 2-0. Up their record to 10-7. Driven to right. Back is Ludwig, and he'll make the catch. 2 outs.
Brad Penny likes pitching in this ballpark. I mean, he's had great success lifetime. And that really has a lot to do with a guy's comfort zone. I mean, after you've been in the big leagues for 10 years like Penny has, you get a feeling in certain ballparks. Some you feel good in, some you don't feel good in. He obviously feels good here. Came here last year as a Giant, got 6 starts, was 4-1. And boy, when he put on the home creams here, he was just lights out.
Sandoval attacks that first pitch and fouls it out of play.
Yeah, a good pitch to hit.
333. That's the number for Sandoval and his average. 2 for 3 last night. 1 for 4 on Friday night. And he's not ever had an at-bat against Brad Penny. Oh, 2.
You know, there's certain guys when they put on an opposing uniform, they come to play the Giants. They're villains. And we felt this way about Penny when we got to know him, and he was just the totally opposite of what we envisioned him being.
Out of play.
I mean, we could say the same thing from Guillermo Mota. And he was kind of an intimidating presence on the mound when he was with the Dodgers all those years, and now all of a sudden he puts on a Giants junior. We get a chance to get to know Mota, and what a great guy. Totally different than what we had envisioned him being. Here you see the body of work for the Giants that Penny had last season.
Chopper over the mound. Ryan has it, and he will throw on to first. And Penny with a 1-2-3 first inning. Second inning coming up, 1-0 Cardinals. Third, Tim Lincecum and the Giants pitchers struck out 12 batters. This activated the K-Zone offer for a $10 view reserve seat for Lincecum's next scheduled start, which will be Wednesday, April 28th, 12:45 ball game. Log on to sfgiants.com, enter coupon code GIANTSK. Here's Colby Rasmus, 1-0 Cardinals. Second inning. Another sellout crowd here at the ballpark. Very nice. Wide to Rasmus, 2-0. Rasmus did not play last night. Went 1 for 3 on Friday as he looks at a strike. He's a young player. He's a very good center fielder, and he's going to be a fixture in this Cardinal lineup in center field for a very long time. That's going to end up in the water, and it's 2-2.
Designer strikes.
Yeah, let them hit it as far as they want.
Oh, they're beautiful. As long as they're foul.
We've got Eric Cooper, I believe. Into the baseball.
Right. A kayak reward. Is that what you call that?
I will not try to say it.
Yeah, me either again. Whew. It's a little rough.
2-2. Outside, 3-2. On deck, David Freese. Cold foul.
One thing we've been able to say over the years is when there's not a whole lot of wind in this ballpark, and it starts to get warm. This ballpark really gets small. And what happens is the right side of the field opens up. And you see the crowds, and look at the flags. Nothing going on right now. And it's hot in the middle of the diamond.
And there's a base hit into center field for Colby Rasmus. Here's David Freese, a leadoff single. We decided that the Smiths needed to show up, and they did.
Yeah, there's Ozzie and Lonnie. A couple of good old Cardinals. Crowds in this series have just been fantastic. Lots and lots and lots of electricity the first 2 games of the series. And good pitching duels will do that to a crowd.
Up high to David Freese. Felipe Lopez was in the original lineup, but he's battling a sore elbow, I believe it is. So Freese, who played last night against Zito, he's been 0 for 2 with a walk. Rasmus with his lead. He does not go, and that pitch is low, and it's 2-0.
Well, again, we talked about strike one being a real key to today's game. The last couple starts, especially the first few innings, it's taken Matt Cain a while to get into a rhythm. Now, he eventually has gotten into a rhythm in every one of those games, but I mean, sometimes he's gone into his 40th or his 50th and 60th pitch level before he starts to really get command of his fastball and his changeup. And it's happening again here today. He doesn't quite have a feel of it yet. And you can watch the number of times that he throws away from the target. With Molina setting up inside, the fastball will go across the plate and vice versa. When he's locked in, he'll stay between the knees most of the time and hit the glove wherever that target goes up. Inside, outside, up, down. It hasn't happened yet today.
Runner goes, a hit and run, and Freese literally hit that off his thumbs.
Well, it was a ball off the plate in with movement boring in on Freese. And I think if you're Freese, you got to be happy you didn't break 2 thumbs, because that ball probably hit about 4 inches above the fingers. And that's rough. That does not feel good. He's got bees in his gloves right now.
And Rasmus had a pretty good jump on a hit and run. He may have stolen it anyway. So it's 2-2. Got him.
A little hang time on the slider. Still a swing through strike 3. He'll take it. You really don't want to make a habit of making location mistakes with this slider speed. A reminder that Bloomberg Sports, the leader in data analysis, has developed an analytical product being used by baseball clubs, and they have a product for fans. You can improve your fantasy play or track your favorite players and teams. All you got to do is go to BloombergSports.com for details.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
Here's Molina. First pitch strike.
Slowed it down just a little bit. And I think that may be one of the things that takes him away from a really consistent arm slide is when he gets quick. He slows that upper body down just a little bit and allows himself to get in sync with his lower body. And it really has a positive effect on his ability to control his pitches.
Rasmus with his lead at first. We had the Pony League Day today, about 3,500 kids. You did one a couple of weeks ago, where it was a Little League Day. And we did it on top of the Cardinals dugout. Tim Flannery was a part of it. Eli Whiteside, John Bowker. And then Barry Zito was the last player. Out of play. And it was really terrific. It always is. But the reason I bring it up, he's the traffic. Nice to have two catchers. Benji Molina. Is one of the questions the kid asked Zito was great. He said, what's it like when you're on the mound, you're pitching to Benji Molina, and the hitter is Yadier Molina? It was fantastic. And Zito said, when we went over the hitters, and Benji was pointing out his brother's weaknesses, said, I kept wondering if he was telling the truth or not. And then he laughed and he said, yeah, this is a business. And of course he was telling the truth. But he basically said what all the kids wanted to hear him say.
It's his brother. But it's a baseball game. And if you're going to be a professional baseball player, you have to learn to separate. If that family member doesn't have your uniform on, he's the enemy.
Rasmus leaning, he doesn't go, and the pitch is low. 2-2. Yeah. See? It's not like we couldn't see that they brought their glove. They had to make a sign.
But you know what? They brought their glove, and they brought their attitude.
And so what, one glove shared by two?
Yeah. That's all you got to have. Now, the one with the glove, she's got to protect the other one.
The one with the sign?
Yep. There's a responsibility.
Well, the glove is big enough for two.
But she also brought her hat. Now, you could use that as a catcher's glove, too.
Hey, we brought our glove. Two and two. Driven to right. Sherholtz over and under, and he'll make the catch. It always gets weird on days like today where a ball goes to right field, and all of a sudden 309 is really short. But it did look like the wind may have knocked it down a little bit.
Yeah, this is the one type of day that goes completely 180 degrees away from how this place normally plays. You just have to wait for the wind to pick up. Now it's starting to breeze a little bit more than we saw the first inning.
Here's Ryan. 2 for 6 lifetime against Matt Cain. Runner goes. Pitches low from his knees. Not in time as Rasmus got hit in the back with the throw.
Pretty impressive throw from Molina.
It was Benito Santiago-like.
Very Benito Santiago-like. Never really stood up, didn't have time. Huge jump.
Might be the best throw he's ever made.
He should do that all the time and watch where it hits Rasmus. Let's take a look at the jump. Boy, he's quick. That base was stolen on Cain, not Benji Molina.
Third steal for Rasmus. First base is open. And it misses 2-0.
Well, you know Bruce Bochy's thinking about it now, down the count 2-0.
Is he pointing to the side of his head?
Yeah.
Like,
be smart with this 2-0 pitch.
Think?
Mm-hmm.
Swing and a miss, 2-1. That's kind of like the universal sign for parents as well.
Yeah, use your head. I use that all the time with my bunch. I'm not sure they get the sign every time, though.
Convenient vision. Two and one to Brendan Ryan with Rasmus at second. 2-2.
Slider's been a good pitch for him today. It's not a big one. More of a cut, but he's got nice command of the outside corner, and guys are not getting swings off on it. That's the same pitch he struck out Holiday in the first.
Full count.
Cain want to stay with it again.
Penny on deck should Kane walk Brendan Ryan. And he does. Here's Penny. 24 pitches this inning.
Kind of how it's gone for Kane early on this season, where he has struggled to find his command and he has run up high pitch counts early in the game.
Outside Brad Penny. Rasmus at second, Ryan at first, top of the second inning. Swing and a miss.
And that has been his go-to pitch. I mean, when he's had to make a pitch, I think he feels a little bit more confident throwing that slider for a strike than even the fastball. And we know that Penny will give you a pretty good at bat.
Looks at a strike at the knees, 1-2. Cincinnati snapped the Padres' winning streak this afternoon in rainy Cincinnati. Padres had won 8 straight. Cincinnati beat him 5-4. 1-2 to Penny. Center field, Torres. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 left. Giants are coming up. Benji Molina will bat first.
Welcome back to the ballpark. It is Earth Day, and the Giants have cause to celebrate because they have been awarded a very prestigious award. It's called the Silver Lead Award. It stands for leadership in energy and environmental design. They have the greenest baseball park, existing baseball park, that's important to say, in the country because of all of the tireless green efforts they have made. We're showing you some footage of their solar installation, and of course they retrofitted all of their concession stands to save energy, and that's just to name a couple. So congratulations to the Giants for being the greenest existing ballpark in America. Guys?
You know what we say to that?
What's that? Woohoo! Atta babe! Yeah, we understand that the new Target Field in Minnesota made a really strong effort to go green. I think you're going to see it around the country with all stadiums in every sport.
Here's Benji Molina. Molina hitting .313, home run, 8 driven in. That's where we called the game from last year. Out on they call that McCovey
Loft. They got them stacked up like firewood.
We're going to do a game. Yeah, we're going to do a game from there again this year. They're going to fit as many as they can in there.
Oh, yeah. Firewood. Stacked up like firewood.
0-2 to Benji Molina.
Giants need to hit a little bit, give Matt Cain a bit of a breather. He's throwing a lot of pitches in 2 innings.
Mark DeRosa on deck. Benji Molina 9 for 22 against a guy that he caught last year. He used to think that, you know what, catchers have an edge because they've caught these guys on the mound. I don't think so anymore.
No.
Up the middle and a base hit.
Nice at bat. Giants baseball is brought to you by Supercuts. Save money without looking like it. Woohoo! That's marketing genius.
Pretty good slogan.
Makes me laugh every time I say it.
Well, I guarantee you that when my dad was cutting the 3 boys' hair, they were saving money.
Yeah.
All you had to do was look at us.
You could tell, huh?
Here's Mark DeRosa. And he fouls it into the club level.
There was some concern as to whether or not DeRosa was going to be able to be in the lineup today. He took 2 bolts last night from Adam Wainwright, one right on the funny bone elbow and the other one in the tricep, just above it. But Gamer in the lineup.
High to right field, out to Ludwig. First one, just as Mike said, just caught him right on the tip of the elbow.
He said he wanted to quit baseball right then. It hurt so bad. He said he almost puked at first base. And then later on the game, and you can see it. And afterwards, Wainwright came down to him and said, "Hey, buddy, I'm sorry." He said he is a friend of mine, but I wasn't feeling the love right there at the moment.
Here's Travis Ishikawa. Ishikawa, bouncing ball. They get one there, and then the throw, and Molina is out, and it's a double play. It's the right way to do it. It stays 1-0 Cards.
and get a $20 special event ticket, including an entrance to a pregame Cinco de Mayo fiesta. Lucille's going to be there, and don't forget, all ticket proceeds go to benefit local Mexican charities. And if you also get that ticket, you get a special Luchador Lou bobblehead. Go to sfgiants.com/special events. Check it out.
1-0 to Schumacher. There's a strike. Ludwig and then Pujols. Schumacher bounced out. Hit a ball right back to Matt Cain, and it's 1-2. Flipped that curveball, and we haven't seen much of that pitch.
Now you might see him go to that pitch a little bit more this time through the lineup.
Soft line drive at DeRosa, basket catch, 1 out.
You know, one thing about Dave Righetti, the Giants pitching coach, that he has instilled in all of his young pitchers is the presence and the appearance of calm. If you look at Matt Cain, if you look at Tim Lincecum, you know, if you look at Jonathan Sanchez, they don't rattle in the face. They have a real nice calm, and it's important. It settles everybody down behind them. Even in games where they will struggle at times, you never really can tell by the look they have on their face. And you can sniff fear, and you can sniff when the guy's got trouble between the ears.
Torres broke back. Now he jogs in. Solo home run on the first. Looked like this.
It's a breaking ball that had some hang time in it, and he's the wrong guy to make a location mistake on a off-speed pitch. If they're up and he makes contact, that's the result. Home run number 7.
Foul back.
Ooh! Oh, sorry, partner.
Scared me.
Well, there was a couple that were standing up, and they were talking to one another, and the ball went right between them, head high. I mean, right between them, and they never even knew it.
Okay, so moral of the story is what?
Pay attention. Watch the game.
You got plenty of time to talk, like on your way home.
Now watch Athel and Lincecum. Now that's how you pay attention. Identify and duck and cover. Didn't we used to learn that in grammar school?
Yep, duck and cover. They sit up the middle.
Well, it's just a classic swing, and it really isn't much of an adjustment. You see the nose stride very spread out. Head stays very still. Watch the front foot. You're talking about a 3-inch stride, and the head hardly moves at all. And really has to reach a little bit, taking advantage of a high breaking ball. Kind of the same location that he hit out of the ballpark in his first at bat.
Here's Holiday. Holiday struck out swinging in the first. Foul back. Pujols, the runner at first.
see how much of right field that the Giants are giving Matt Holliday. Taking away the gap in right center.
Kane now ready. Out of play, 0-2. Holliday's taking a walk. He's not catching up to that fastball at all.
Way ahead in the count. Go out and hope he chases.
Pujols gets back. Against right-handed pitching, Helton, Mauer, Pujols, and Holliday.
Yeah, the two best right-handed hitters against right-handed pitching are in the lineup today, hitting back-to-back.
Ishikawa over by the Cardinal dugout. It's all up to him. And that'll end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Sherholtz, Torres, and Kane. 1-0 Cardinals.
Sportsnet Bay Area joins Scott Reese and Henry Wofford as they will recap the highlights of this game. They'll talk about the A's-Indians highlights, and they'll also preview for round 2 of the Sharks in the Stanley Cup Quest.
Go Sharks.
You see it all on Sportsnet Central tonight, 6 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Here's Nate Sherholtz, 1-0 St. Louis. Sherholtz looks at a pitch high. Sherholtz hitting .321. He's only faced Penny one time. He's 0 for 1. Lifts this one to left field. Holliday is there. 1 out. And here's Torres. Torres had the RBI single to knock in the first run for the Giants last night in the 8th inning. Failed on a couple of bunt attempts, and then came up with a base hit up the middle. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss to even the count.
Good changeup. You can see how they play. They take away the bunt at third base, and after that, it's pretty much straight up to defend against Torres.
1-2.
And back it up with another changeup. So they're softballing. And I always thought that was a pretty good rule of thumb. A guy who's not playing every day, who's coming off the bench, you know he's timed to the fastball.
Flips one to left. And that's going to fall.
Well, let's take a look at our Ford right choice. And last night, the big hit came off the bat of Andres Torres in an 0-2 count, not being able to get the bunt down. He goes out of the strike zone and finds a hole up the middle. And Nate Sherholtz stands up and crosses home plate, and Barry Zito got a run. You can tell the Giants trying to get Zito a run to complement the tremendous effort that he had last night on the mound. And that was the difference in the game, our Ford right choice.
Here's Kane. Kane's job, get Torres in scoring position. On deck is Eugenio Velez. Albert Pujols with a home run in the first inning. 1-0 Cardinals. Pitch out, nothing going on.
Well, that's an interesting call. Pitch out in the bunt situation. We've seen some things at times from Tony La Russa where you see him and you kind of have to think, well, now why would he do that? And I think that's one of those times.
Yeah, I agree. Kane bunts it, and it's a good bunt. Penny's only play will be at first. Here's Velez. Well, Eugenio Velez is in a funk right now, and this would be a perfect time to get out of it. Velez is 1 for his last 20. So here's Velez with good speed at second. On the ground. Side retired. Giants leave Torres at second. We will head to the fourth.
by AT&T. Rethink possible. Question today, can you name the only players to win the National League MVP 3 or more times? Let's think about that.
A walk in the park.
My first Giants t-shirt. Yep. Kid's got a good chance in life.
Here's Colby Rasmus. Check swing, foul.
She was being raised correctly.
Or you could change that and say, this will not be my last Giants t-shirt.
There's Lynn, my foot still Herstein over at third base. Ball dude today. Or maybe it's his wrist still Herstein's.
Forgot the stirrups.
Yeah.
Decided, nah, they're not going to stay up on these legs anyway, so why put them on? You know what you do? You get a magic marker and you just color them in.
Pencil them in. Linda Herstein, one of our favorites.
1-2 to Colby Rasmus. Wonder if Ken Walling got his helmet off from last night.
That's a great question.
Rasmus takes the same pitch he swung at the pitch before. It's 2-2. This will be a souvenir.
Much different rhythm for Kane. He really picked up a better rhythm in the inning number 3 than what we saw him have the first 2. And it's just real subtle. You just all of a sudden watch what he's doing with the fastball and how he's locating the pitch to his target. And now he's much more consistent to Molina's target than he was early in the game.
Foul.
Ooh. Sorry, a little emotional today. Too much coffee.
A little jumpy.
Well, that ball came up off of the mound and smoked that guy. Yeah, he may not feel it today, but tomorrow he's going to have a nice bruised autograph. And this was a seed going down the line. There it jumps up, smokes him.
A little elevator action.
Yeah, some of those guys down there, they just have their own natural chest protectors they carry with them all the time, so they may be all right.
There's 4 guys on there. You hit them in that spot and it won't hurt. 3-2 to Rasmus.
Rasmus has been seeing a lot of pitches. He's been grinding Matt Cain. Same type of at bat to lead things off back in the second.
Down the left field line. This will at least be a double. And another good at bat for Colby Rasmus.
Well, he pounded him inside the hole at bat, and here he threw a pretty good pitch. It was a quality location changeup right there at knee-high outside corner, and Rasmus, with a great swing to go with the location, winds up with a 2-bagger. I mean, if you're Matt Cain, you pitch him as tough as you did, and he hits that pitch for a payoff double, you tip your cap. Try and get the next guy. That was not a hanger.
David Freese struck out in the second. See if he'll swing to try to get Rasmus to third, or if he'll try to bunt. And it runs inside, 1-0. Verbal sign given to David Freese from Jose Akendo. Bunts it to Ishikawa, to DeRosa, Rasmus to third.
Well, that's just a testimony right there as to how good the pitching has been in this series. And it's kind of a compliment from Tony La Russa in a 1-0 ball game with a leadoff runner at second base to take your number 6 hitter and bunt. La Russa figuring that Kane's just not going to give up a lot of runs today, nor is the Giants bullpen. So he's playing for 1 run. National League, you look at the leaders, the Giants #1 in starters ERA. Their 5-man staff collectively ERA at 2.70.
Infield in for Yadier Molina.
And Molina is an excellent situational hitter. Kane will be pitching for the strikeout.
Smoked into center field. Torres back. He will make the running catch. And it'll end up being a sacrifice fly. 2-0 Cardinals.
And that's the situation like that we're talking about from Molina. He's one of the best in the business. But I'll tell you right now, that could have been much, much more than a sacrifice fly. Only defensive brilliance by Andres Torres taking away extra bags for the Cardinal catcher. The high backhander into a slide. Watch him look at the ball into his glove. Full extension. Boy, what a nice play. Boy, that's the kind of defensive effort that'll give a pitcher a shot in the arm.
Here's Ryan. Pulls the bat back as he looked like he might bunt. It's no balls and 1 strike. Good pitch, 0-2.
Lots of pitches.
More work for Ishikawa. And that'll do it. A run for the Cardinals on 1 hit. After 3.5, 2-0 St. Louis.
Sportsnet Bay Area continues to bring you original quality programming. G-Mag, the season premiere, airs today right after Giants postgame live. You're going to take a look at one of our stories we're working on, and yes, that is me taking batting practice, but the story is actually about Hensley Bam Bam Merlins. We give him the ultimate test. Could he teach me to hit? Fellas?
Well, you know what? I can't wait to find out.
Amy, not a bad hack. She got some game.
Yeah.
But we knew that anyway.
Well, that Comcast Sportsnet picnic that they have every year.
Yeah,
that's our pick for the football game.
First round pick.
It's a good picnic, by the way. Here's Renteria. Renteria takes a breaking ball for a strike. Renteria lined out to right field. He did that in the first inning. Giants have had 2 base runners. Molina a single, Torres a single. Molina wiped out on a double play ball. Swing and a miss. A 1-2.
That changeup has really been a good pitch for Penny today. He has thrown a lot of them, and the Giants have not been able to figure it out.
Got him.
And same pitch. All right, right now we're going to ask and answer our AT&T trivia question. Rethink possible. The question is, can you name the only players to win the National League MVP 3 or more times? Our survey said, well, Barry Bonds won it 7 times. Albert Pujols, Mike Schmidt, Roy Campanella, and Stan Musial, all 3-time winners. And I don't think that we've seen the last MVP that Mr. Pujols is going to win.
Sandoval bounced out to short. He is 0 for 1. Look out. Amy G got out of there just in time. That hit it over where the grounds crew was. That is a major ugly finder.
There's Andy.
Not Andy. We can't pick on Andy. Oh, yeah, we can. Ugly finder.
Yeah. Supreme.
What? Supreme. He dropped a Supreme. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh. Andy?
You got a new nickname, baby. Supreme. Up the middle. And that'll get through. Schumacher shading Sandoval a couple of steps to pull.
We've seen some pretty exaggerated defensive sets, and a guy like Brad Penny, who's a real good control pitcher with all the pitches that he has. In other words, you put up a target, he's going to hit it. You could cheat like that, and you could set your defense in a more extreme way, and the Cardinals take full advantage of it. And you see they're playing double play depth on the right side of the infield, and they're playing Benjamin Molina to pull.
Foul in on his hands.
He's just saying play him straight up. So he was adverse to the set that they put up there behind him. And a lot of times, you don't know as a pitcher if they're changing the defense behind you. It'll go contrary to what you talked about at the beginning of the game or the beginning of a series. I'm sure when that ball came off the bat, he expected somebody to be in position to catch that ball. And a bit surprised when it went into the outfield.
Well, his reaction once it got by him was like, all right, well, this is a can of corn. And you can see he was surprised.
Big hole on the right side.
Sandoval goes. It's a hit and run. And Schumacher knocks it down, recovers, throws, and they get Molina.
Now, the Giants have hit into 25 double plays this year, and it really has been a major point of frustration for Bruce Bochy. And you're going to start to see more guys start to move.
And it doesn't matter where you're hitting in the lineup either. Here's Mark DeRosa, fly ball to right, 0 for 1. Down low. 2-0 Cardinals. Low again.
Boy, it just seems like every time Penny's had his back against the wall in this game, he has gone to that changeup. He's opening this at bat with 2. He has an open base with Travis Ishikawa on deck. And if you have a choice to pitch to somebody with an open base, you're going to pitch to the guy who hasn't been starting. This has been Ishikawa's first start of the year. Get another changeup.
Two balls and a strike. Foul at the plate, and it's 2-2. Sandoval at second. Giants trying to get on the board here in the 4th inning.
Big pitch right here for both teams. Giants with an RBI situation, just haven't been that many scoring opportunities. It's the only second time in the game the Giants have had a runner at second.
Penny has thrown DeRosa a good changeup earlier in the count. See if he dares throw him 1-3-2.
Well, I don't think he's just going to give him to the strike zone with a fastball, not with an open base.
Really, it's the pitch that was so effective for Zito last night. That 3-2 changeup.
Boy, he threw 2 unbelievable 3-2 changeups in the 8th inning when he struck out the side. Both swing and miss sees. Penny's had a good off-speed pitch today. Good field, the same type of changeup.
On the ground to third, and Freeze will throw wide, and Pujols stayed on the bag, and Roberto Kelly's got a beef. And here comes Bruce Bochy. That's Bill Miller, who had a problem with Tony La Russa in the game last night.
And looking at that angle there, it looked to me like he may have got the bag. But I think what everybody was reacting to was Albert Pujols tried to go back to the bag with his foot. But I think Miller got the play right.
2-0 Cardinals. Mark DeRosa bouncing out to third. Bill Miller says, oh yeah, Pujols stayed on the bag. Penny takes a strike. Tell you what, if it's a tough call for us with a replay,
yeah,
imagine what kind of a call it is for the umpire. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Did you ever want to be an umpire?
No.
I didn't either.
1 ball and 1 strike. 1 and 2.
Not an easy job. And looking at the replay, I think Bill Miller got the play right. You know, and really over the course of the season, with all the replays that we have, all the close plays, most of the time they get called right. Now watch the toe in contact with the bag. Boom. And now he goes back and he tries to touch it. Now, we're assuming that the side of his foot was touching the bag. We couldn't quite see it from that angle, but the guy that had the best view was DeRosa.
Two and 2 to Brad Penny. A lot of foul balls off of Matt Cain today. And what's going to happen is the Giants will be in their bullpen a lot sooner than they'd like to.
Well, the bullpen's rested. They can eat up some innings.
Penny out swinging.
All right, time for Subway Eat Fresh. Ask Kruk and Kai. You can visit csnbayarea.com and ask a question, and we will answer one again. This comes from Cindy in Dixon. When the Kuipers gather, what is true most often? A, no talking about baseball, or B, Dwayne, Glenn, and Jeff are peppered with questions about the Giants and the A's. Smoothie?
I don't get the peppering of the. Who's peppering us with questions about?
Well, your relatives. If you have the big, the farm reunions and all the Kuiper family from all over Wisconsin come in,
then it would be none of the above.
What would it be?
They were peppering us about the Brewers and about the Packers and about the Bucks.
Packers. Oh, hey, how's she going there?
I think maybe more so when Barry Bonds was still playing, we would get peppered with Barry Bonds questions. Ryan Ludwig. And a strike. Should have heard our relatives about the Prince Fielder deal.
When he hit the home run, hit home plate, and everybody fell like bowling pins around.
Wasn't a big deal until Zito drilled him.
Oh, really? And they were not big Barry Zito fans
We
now?
were not the most popular Kuipers in the family.
Hey.
Different perspective.
Yeah, getting drilled always has a different perspective pitch.
Ludwig fouls it out of play, 1-2. Just outside, 2-2.
Good pitch. That was pitch number 94 for Matt Cain.
Giants will be in Milwaukee July 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Just a bit outside.
I know you're thrilled about that.
I like Milwaukee.
Sherholtz got a late break, and because of that, it falls.
Just one of those no man lands base hit. And those are the kind of hits that the big strong guys get. But it does prolong the inning, and now you have to pitch to Albert Pujols out of the stretch. So it was a pretty significant swing of the bat. This guy's scary.
He is homered and he is singled. Look out. I think he's got his swing back.
Yeah, I agree. That's 3 hits today for Pujols.
Actually, I think if you're Matt Cain and the Giants, you'll take that.
Well, it stayed in the yard. A runner on base, it's a 2-0 ball game, and that ball stayed in the yard. So, yes, you will take it. And I think what he has done to correct himself is take head movement out, spread out a bit, go no stride or short stride, because he has been locked today against Cain.
He is now 8 for 12 lifetime against Matt Cain. Holiday is struck out and he's popped out. Ludwig and Pujols aboard. Andres Torres is right there, and that'll end the inning. Cardinals strand a pair. It remains 2-0 St. Louis.
Well, the first Filipino Heritage Night by Ligo brand sardines is April 27th. Giants taking on the Phillies at 7:15. And all special event ticket holders receive a seat in the Filipino Heritage section. Plus, you get here early and you get a Giants-themed beanie, which is very cool. So for information, call 415-972-2298. A lot of fun.
Here's Ishikawa. Ishikawa, a double play ball in the second.
Giants need to get this fan group into the game. A lot of folks on hand here trying to get excited, and they just have not been able to with the offense.
High to left field, but in the park to Holiday. One out. And here's Nate Scherls. Scherls hit a fly ball to left field.
Yeah, that's called a Giants Cardinal Oreo cookie sandwich.
Scherls takes low and away. We've got some Cardinal fans here today.
They travel well.
There's Dan Runzler in the bullpen. How about the Nationals? They beat the Dodgers today 1-0.
Yeah, much different Nationals team this year than last year, that's for sure. And they're still playing without Ryan Zimmerman.
Sherholtz out into Triples Alley. 2 outs.
Wrong part of the yard to hit a high fly ball.
And here's Andres Torres.
Well, with Matt Cain right around the century mark in pitches thrown, you look at Brad Penny, been very economical with just 50 on the day. He's not really had to work that hard, only been in the stretch a few times. And when he's gone in the stretch, he's been able to get double plays.
Well, you start comparing pitch counts with Matt Cain and Brad Penny, and you get a whole different deal. Out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. However, Cain has kept the Giants in this game. That's a fair ball. And Torres is going to run for a while. Good move. Stay right there as that throw goes into second base. And Andres Torres with a double. And here's John Bowker.
They set up in the outside corner, and this thing right there at the knees catches a little bit of plate. And that's all he needs to see. Right now, he's starting to heat up. That's 4 hits in 2 days. And once it gets past Albert Pujols, a little frustration from the big fella, but once it got past Pujols, an easy 2-bagger for Torres' speed.
Bowker lines it to left, but it's right at Holiday, and that ends the inning. We will head to the 6th inning, 2-0 St. Louis.
Now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Before that, we go to Andres Torres, who in the 4th inning with a man on third comes up with a great play to rob Yadier Molina of extra bases. It was a sacrifice fly, but boy, that was defensive brilliance right there. That's our Coors Light Freeze Cam. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Andres Torres, a good ball game. 2-0 Cardinals. Dan Runzler is on to face Colby Rasmus. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. (2-0) to Colby Rasmus. There's the numbers for Dan Runzler.
8th game that he's come into this year. For Runzler, a four-seam fastball guy. He likes to heat up that velocity. He'll go mid-90s with it. Give you a good hard slider and a circle change to complement that fastball. Very aggressive.
And another strike to make it 2-2. Foul back as Runzler went after Rasmus with a breaking ball. Rasmus was a tough out for Matt Cain.
Two of the best at-bats in this game were by Colby Rasmus. Both times he leading off an inning in the second and the fourth.
Got him.
Ooh, perfect pitch. Hard, nasty slider. And Rasmus taking a U-turn back to the Cardinal bench, but this is, look at the buckle in his right hip. I mean, he had a little bail on that swing. That was late, hard-breaking nastiness.
David Freese. A sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Struck out in the second.
That's the kind of a two-strike slider that makes left-handed hitters talk to themselves.
And talk to the other guys, too.
What do you think Rasmus said when he got back to the Cardinal bench?
Well, if somebody didn't ask him about Runzler, then he probably went right to somebody and said, especially if you're a left-handed hitter, nasty.
He's got the hard slider going today. I mean, that's another swing through. This from a right-handed hitter. Yeah, Rasmus got impressed. It'll happen to you up here a lot.
Up the middle, under the glove of Runzler, and a base hit for Freese.
Never forget the very first time I got to the big leagues in 1976. It was September, and we were in the top step of the dugout, the visiting dugout in Philadelphia. Now, the old dugouts in Philadelphia were really close to the action. You were very close to home plate. And I was intimidated at the speed with which that game was played. I'd never seen speed like that. The pitches, runners, just everything about the game was a level and a half above what I'd seen at AAA.
Scherholtz, a long run, and he could not hang on to it as he was just crossing over the mound when that ball came out of his glove.
Now, that's the problem you have when you have your mounds on the actual field, is that it's going to alter your stride, and it affected Nate Scherholtz. I mean, left foot here, you're raising up, and then your right foot, you're going down. It's a tough play. I mean, if you ask him about it, he'll tell you, I got a lot of glove on it, I should have made the play, but still pretty easy to figure out as to why he dropped it.
So it's just a strike to Molina. Another thing I didn't like about the dugouts in Philadelphia, you know how it's kind of circles behind home plate?
Yeah.
Well, the dugouts almost touched behind home plate.
That's true.
There was a tunnel that almost just separated them. So if you were ragging on somebody It was like you were sitting in their dugout ragging on one of their guys.
You could hear everything.
Runner goes. Here's Molina's throw. Not in time. Freese. His third steal of the year.
Now let's take a look at the jump that Freese gets. I think all these bases that have been stolen in this game today have been stolen off the pitchers. And indeed, safe, no contest.
Molina, a ball and a strike. Way outside, 2-1.
Action in the Cove today. It's good to see the Cove heat up, get a few more spectators.
Oh, yeah. Look out down the right field line. Foul.
That's the party pit down there, too. Younger group today. The nighttime party pit, that may have knocked out 4 people.
Yeah, Pony Leaguers down there.
The Pony Leaguer's going to be watching.
If that were the adult party, somebody got hit in the back of the head.
Oh, easy.
Because they're not watching. They're having fun.
They would have gotten hit in the back of the head and chipped their tooth on a beer bottle.
Slowly hit to DeRosa. This will be a 4-3 put out. On the play, Freese goes to third. And Brendan Ryan will hit.
Yamamoto starting to heat up. Giants are going to intentionally walk Ryan. When you don't really know a guy, and I don't think that the Giants really have ever seen Runzler intentionally walk somebody, there's a little bit of uneasiness when you ask a guy that you don't really know how he handles the situation to perform it. Now, you would think an intentional walk's a no-brainer. Not always the case. Some guys cannot take anything off the fastball and throw something softer. Their arm speed just will not allow them to have control. So they have to throw it as hard as they can, like they would a normal pitch, to be able to control it. But Runzler performs it perfectly.
It's really not something you want to see on the scouting report, though. Does a really good job walking guys intentionally.
I don't think it's ever been in a scouting report. It's one of those things that you just kind of know. You don't practice them.
No. Here's Penny. Penny is flied out and he is struck out. Both of those at bats were against Matt Cain. 2-0 ball game. Cardinals on top. It's been that way since the 4th inning. Outside and high, 1-0. One ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss to even the count.
Brad Penny will make you work. He is not an easy guy to get. Not your normal pitching, not your normal hitting pitcher.
Freese at third, Ryan at first. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Yep, my partner's here.
Oh, yeah. Gamer.
One ball and 2 strikes. Got him, and the Giants keep it at a 2-run deficit. Pablo Sandoval will hit in the bottom of this inning. He'll be hitting third. It's St. Louis 2, San Francisco 0.
Baseball is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find your local Farmers agent, call 800-FARMERS today. By your Northern California Honda dealers at shophonda.com. And by Xfinity, the next generation in home entertainment. Now available in the Bay Area and coming soon to the Central Valley.
All right, let's check out our McDonald's game summary. I love that shot. It's 2-0 Cardinals. Penny's been terrific. Pujols has been red hot with a home run. Matt Cain allowed 2 earned runs. Andres Torres is swinging the bat. Giants need to score some runs. And that's our McDonald's game summary and opinion. Strong opinion, I might add.
If you have an opinion, make it be a strong one.
And if you're going to score some runs, it's best to have the top of the lineup starting things off.
I agree. And that's a strong opinion.
Velez, 0 for 2. Strike, and it's 0-1. Renteria, Sandoval. Giants have spread out their 4 hits. They have not put together more than 1 hit in any innings where they've had a hit.
You mentioned the struggles that Velez has had with the bat, a 1 for 21. At what point do you stop tasting food?
It's getting like right there. If you ask Velez what he had for breakfast, he'll say, I don't remember.
They'll just tell you it tasted like cardboard. And this is exactly what happens when you're in a slump. You take a strike 1 right down the middle, and then you swing it at 1 above your hands off the plate for strike 2. So you're swinging at the bad pitches and you're taking the good ones. And that's what happens.
2 balls, 2 strikes. You do reach like this really weird phase where you start to think that you'll never get another hit, and that's the one you got to get over that one. To second base, Schumacher throws him out, and let's check in with Amy G.
Well, gentlemen, they faced Wainwright last night. They have Penny today, but who do the fans think will be the toughest pitcher the Giants face on this homestand? That is our poll question. Check it out at csnbayarea.com. Let us know your vote, and then check out the results on Giants Postgame Live. There's some doozies on that list, guys.
Bunch of aces is what that is. Man, this is the big leagues. Nobody said it's going to be easy. You got to beat everybody.
Here's Renteria.
I mean, do you think that that's any different in the opposing team's dugout when they're saying, you know, we got to face Lincecum and Zito and Kane and Sanchez? No. It's the big leagues.
1-0 to Renteria. He ain't going to miss. That's the pitch that Renteria struck out on in the fourth.
And he got a steady diet of him, too.
I want to get that couch that Amy was sitting on.
Yeah, I do, too. For right here.
Just raise it up a little bit. On the ground to third, in between hop for Freeze. 2 outs. And here's Sandoval.
Now they choke off the bunt, and Freeze being challenged with a really nasty little short hop to his backhand. Picked it nicely. There's been some great defense in this series. Anytime you see well-pitched ball games, back to back to back, it's pretty much what you're going to have. You're going to have good defense to support it.
Sandoval 1 for 2. Down the left field line. A long run for Holiday. He's not going to get it. Sandoval digging for 2, and he'll make it with Benji Molina coming up.
That's an example of what makes Pablo Sandoval so special. Now, from Brad Penny's perspective, he's thinking he made a pretty good pitch here. They set up away. They put Mubut, a two-seam fastball with Mubut away from Sandoval. And by the time he makes contact with it, this thing's off the plate about 8 inches. And he still drives the ball down the line and gets himself an extra bagger. And once again, the Giants are faced with a 2-out situation with a runner in scoring position, and they have not been able to get this hit today.
4th inning in a row. Wide with a breaking ball.
Molina with great lifetime success against Brad Penny.
Two and 0.
See the number of pitches. Just one time he has gone over 15, and that was in the 4th inning.
Foul to the backstop. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Right down in Benjamin Molina's wheelhouse.
That's where he likes him.
He likes a knee-high location or even lower. Good low ball hitter. Yeah, that little guy's got his colors on.
He does. He's kind of nodding off there. I think 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. Mark DeRosa is on deck. Giants looking for that 2-out base hit to get them on the board. Deep into left center field. Holiday there, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. Albert Pujols is coming up. He'll hit third as we head to the 7th. Chance to be a season ticket holder for the 2010 season. It's called the Brian Wilson Closer Plan. It'll start on the 25th of May. You receive the benefits of a full season ticket holder, which includes the best price for every game. All right. Plus, if you pick up this plan, you'll get an autographed Brian Wilson bobblehead. 415-972-2298. And we promise you this is your last chance.
The Duck Boats.
There's a strike to Schumacher.
The Bay Area Quackers. Have you gone and done that?
No.
We're going this year. They sent us some tickets. We're going.
One ball and one strike. I like them.
Well, it's a great day to go out on the bay for a boat ride.
Anthony's to Schumacher. One ball and two strikes. What are the things you stand on that got the two wheels? And
oh, yeah. I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though.
Well, you promised that we'd go on one of those, too.
The Segways.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Segways. They have them down in San Diego, but they make you wear a funky hat.
Yeah.
We refuse to wear it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a shot to left in a leadoff single for Schumacher.
Pretty impressive at bat right there.
We'll take a look at where the Phillies will be on TV. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, all 3 games. It'll be Jonathan Sanchez, Todd Wellemeyer, and Tim Lincecum. Those are your 3 starters. All 3 games right here. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Single, and that brings in Guillermo Mota. Mota comes in to replace Runzler.
There you see the numbers. 8th time that he's come in. Last time he pitched was Wednesday in San Diego. Off to a great start. One thing about Mota is that he's a guy that really understands the fastball. He can give you 2-seam and 4-seam depending on the situation. Right now he's pitching for a ground ball. You'll see 2-seam fastballs. Also throws a slider at you and a circle change. The circle change will also get a ground ball.
0 for 2 lifetime. Ludwig against Mota. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
94-mile-an-hour paint outside corner at the knees. And this is what he did all spring. I mean, he came in and won a job. Just time in and time out, going out there with great stuff and being able to command it. That's how you win jobs.
Schumacher with his lead. He does not go. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. That almost looks illegal, like something's going on there.
That had second stage explosion. And Ludwig got eaten up. He was way tardy.
Pujols to follow. And a snap throw to first. And back is the sliding Schumacher. Schumacher was part of a group that went to the San Quentin prison yesterday morning. Brad Penny set it up. Got a tour of the prison. Had a chance to visit with some inmates. Foul back. We went in about 15 years ago, and we found out that to get into the prison, it only takes you about 10 minutes.
Not a problem.
But leaving, about an hour.
Yeah, it was quite a place.
We asked what was the deal, and I said, too many people are trying to get in here, but we got a bunch of people that are trying to get out.
I can imagine.
Oh, 0-2 to Ludwig. They were saying that some of the prisoners were asking some of the players different questions, and one of the questions was, any of you guys the one that made the really bad error last night? And Schumacher had to like raise his yeah, that would be me. Schumacher booted a double play ball on Friday night. One and 2 to Ludwig. Big bouncer to Sandoval. DeRosa dropped it, and everybody's safe.
Well, DeRosa knew he was going to have to hurry. The throw was good. It was right up there, let her high, and it just, the exchange got boxed. An easy call for Chad Fairchild, the second base umpire. This is one of those instances where he did not hold it long enough.
Here's Pujols.
And those are the type of mistakes you cringe at when you have Pujols coming up to try and take advantage of.
Pujols has homered. He's singled twice. In his at-bats lifetime against Mota, he's 2 for 7 with a double. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
Think about Pujols. I mean, he has not been waiting around. He's been jumping at the first thing that the Giants have been throwing him.
One ball and one strike. Giants trying to keep it close. They not had the luxury of scoring a lot of runs, and they know that they cannot get down by a lot. Just outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's one of those situations you really can't say he's got an open base to play with. You can't ever really walk a guy semi-intentionally with less than 2 outs. Even a guy like Pujols, I mean, you've got to pitch to him here. Hopefully you can get a ground ball and turn a pair.
It happened for Lincecum on Friday night.
But that was the play of the game. It's a ground ball that Pablo Sandoval made, stepped on third, threw across the diamond, completed a double play, and it really poured some ice water on a Cardinal threat.
3-1. Nobody out. Well, at this point, you don't want this inning to get away from you, but on the other hand, you don't want Pujols to just unload here.
Yeah, the old saying, don't walk him and don't give him anything good to hit.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation that Moda's in.
On the ground towards the hole. Renteria on the backhand. There's one and a pair.
That's the big leagues. Moda with a great 3-1 sinker to the backhand of Renteria, who throws a strike to DeRosa, who goes on his back leg, rocks, and throws across to Ishikawa, and they complete the double play. And it helps when you got a big fella up there hitting a bolt.
Well, plus it helps when those big guy ground balls, they get on you fast. That ball come up a little bit on Renteria. You kind of saw it stick in the heel, but it stuck in there long enough for Renteria to get it out of there in a hurry.
That's what the big leagues is all about. I mean, everybody involved executed perfectly.
Holiday takes a strike.
The 3-1 challenge fastball with enough fuzz on it to get it on the ground. To Pujols' credit, he hit a bullet. And then Edgar Renteria makes the backhand stab and a nice turn at second from DeRosa. Everybody involved doing their job at a high level, and that's the big leagues. Now, with 2 outs, Moda can pitch to whoever he wants to. Holiday's got pretty good numbers against him. He's only had 5 at bats, but he's 2 for 5. And Rasmus has never faced him, so it's really whoever Moda feels most comfortable facing. The right-hander he knows or the left-hander he doesn't know.
Holiday into center field. Torres back. It's starting to carry. He's still back, and he makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. 2-0 Cardinals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 2-0 Cardinals. Mark DeRosa standing in with Travis Ishikawa on deck. And a curveball for a strike. And it's 0-1. 2 runs on 8 hits for the Cardinals. No runs on 5 hits for the Giants. Very predictable that this would be a low-scoring game. And we felt like all the games in this series would be low-scoring, and maybe you can say it about the next series.
Maybe you can say it about the next homestand.
Two and one to DeRosa.
And I think the mindset you have to have if you're the Giants pitching staff is that you just have to assume that it's going to be like this every day. This is going to be a scratch and claw until they can get some rhythm back in their offense. Now, next Sunday, Aaron Rowan's going to come back off the disabled list, and that's going to help the general feeling around the Giants' batting cage.
Third baseman Freeze.
This is the catch that ended the threat for the Cardinals in the top of the 7th. Andre Torres really having to stay with that fly ball off the bat of Holiday as it started to drift. And look at Guillermo Mota right there to greet his center fielder.
Let's see. What I saw was Torres dealing with wall, track, pigeons, sun.
How about the pigeons? What are they doing out there?
Jeez. This game is tough enough the way it is. Strike to Ishikawa.
And I think it can make a pitching staff better, mentally tougher, when they just go out there and think that they have to be able to keep the run level down. I mean, if you have an offense that continuously goes out there and scores high numbers, I mean, you have the feeling that you can make a mistake. Your offense is going to pick you up. But right now, the Giants pitchers, they don't have that feeling.
Inside to Ishikawa. Double play ball in the 2nd. Fly ball to left in the 5th. Deep into right center field. Ludwig again will track it down in Triples Alley.
Well, this ballpark has really taken away some base hits today from the Giants. It's the ballpark where right fielders will really cheat towards the right center field gap to protect against Triples Alley. And Ludwig did that very thing and took away an extra base hit from Ishikawa. He's had a couple of nice at-bats here his last 2 ABs. One to left. He had a seed that Holiday went out and caught. And here, Ludwig gobbled it up. Another ballpark, those are extra base hits.
Nate Scherholtz takes a strike. And a base hit for Scherholtz. Giants can come up some 2-out hits. Here's Andres Torres.
The thing about Torres is he can surprise you with power as well.
You can. You're right.
He's got more than enough pop from the left side to whack one out of here. And he is swinging it well and seeing it well right now. It's the most confidence he's had since the season started.
And a strike to Torres.
All day long, he has been strike one.
Down low, blocked by Yadier Molina. Aubrey Huff is on deck. One and one to Andres Torres. Another block. It's 2-1.
Boy, nice block indeed. I think he paid for that block. I think that one hurt him.
Let's watch.
All right, where'd he block this at?
Belly button.
Yeah, bread basket.
Two and two.
Excellent changeup. And that has been such a good pitch for Penny today. Every time he's been behind the count, he's gone to that changeup, and nobody has really done much with it. Another swing through.
Base hit. Sherholtz will stop. And the Giants again with a 2-out potential rally.
Now, Bruce Bochy always says, you create enough opportunities, sooner or later somebody is going to be able to break through. Another good at bat from Torres, who's officially hot from both sides of the plate. Nice 2-strike at bat. 2-strike, 2-out knocks are special. Those are the ones that get you a little star you get to put on your batting practice helmet.
Aubrey Huff is 0 for 12 against Brad Penny lifetime.
You know what that makes him, don't you? He's due.
Ooh, tried to shave the outside corner and missed.
Well, the McCovey Cove awaits. Cardinals, right side of their infield, are playing Huff to pull.
Sharply on the ground, but it's right at Schumacher, and that'll do it. Head to the 8th inning, 2-0 Cardinals. Jeremy Affelt is on to do the pitching. In a 2-0 ball game, Cardinals on top. Affel will be facing Colby Rasmus. And the first pitch to Rasmus is up high. 1 ball and no strikes.
The numbers for Jeremy Affel, 6th time he's come into a game. Affel has got good stuff. 90-95 mile an hour with a fastball on average, a good sink. A left-hander that can give you a ground ball, big curveball. It's fun when he gets that big curveball going, especially against lefties. He's also got a Fosh pitch, which is kind of a choked split finger fastball, which is a pitch he'll use more to right-handers. Interesting guy. We're talking today about how he prepares, what kind of music he listens to before a game. He says, I listen to cello music. I listen to a lot of cello music. They've proven that it can intensify your ability to concentrate and retain, he says, and it really helps me prepare myself mentally going into a game.
And Rasmus just got a piece of it, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
See, he heard about this, and he says it was kind of hard for me at first to listen to cello music because I like hard music. I like hard rock and roll music. I like heavy metal. And then when I got into this, the more I listened to it, the more I started looking forward to listening to it. And he says now it's a part of my daily routine.
Way outside, 2-2.
It's amazing the number of things guys will do to try and get better with music and food.
Got him.
Big curveball. That's the curveball we're talking about. That is a foul locker right there. This thing will start off behind a left-handed hitter, and you can see Rasmus just give it. It's not even to the outside corner. It's right over the middle.
One out. Here's David Freese. Still 2-0 Cardinals. Outside to Freese. Freese singled in the 6th off of Runzler. Big breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jason Mote headed down to the bullpen. Pretty good pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yep, Grandpa brought the glove. Now he needs some action.
He's got his finger out. Not the first time he's ever put a glove on his hand. It's an old player right there.
Two and 2.
Comes back, same side of the plate, just about 2 inches more towards the strike zone, and nails down a second strike with a perfect location pitch. You get 93 with a little fuzz sinking away from a right-hander, and you can place that outside corner. Not many guys are going to beat you there.
And he flips one into left field for a base hit.
He's back with a curveball, and it was not a hanger at all. Pretty impressive swing of the bat from David Freese for his second hit. This is not a hanger, folks. A 2-2 count. He busts a hard curveball. This is knee-high location. Now, granted, not a lot of lower body. He's reaching, but still. See the concentration. The eyes stay on the ball as he throws the bat head through it. Nice at bat.
Molina sacrificed fly in the 4th. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Two runs on 9 hits. Cardinals have stranded 8. The Giants have left 6. Line drive, Renteria in and out of his glove, and this will be a double play. So it really worked in Renteria's favor not to catch it. It stays 2-0. Today, it's batting helmet day right here at AT&T Park. The first 7,500 kids, 14 and younger, will receive a Giants batting helmet courtesy of Bank of America. To purchase tickets, go to sfgiants.com. And remember, with dynamic pricing, you buy early and you save. That's right, buy early. It's just the opposite. You don't wait for things to go on sale. You buy early.
That's how it works in baseball.
2-0 Cardinals. Here's Velez. 1 ball and no strikes. Velez, Renteria, Sandoval. Dribbler out to short. Velez can run. Doesn't matter. Ryan throws him out.
We talked about what Ryan has done defensively in this series. He's been fantastic. Just great range here. One of a very difficult play because he's got to come over to his right, off balance, try and get something on a throw, and it's not even close. And this is for the guy that runs well. As I've said, Velez, good speed. The last 2 series the Giants have played, they've seen great shortstops. Everett Cabrera in San Diego, and here, Brendan Ryan.
Here's Renteria. Renteria hit the ball hard in the first inning. He lined out to right field. Since then he has struck out and he's bounced out to third. Two and 0. 2-0 has not bothered Brad Penny today. He hasn't walked anybody. And a strike.
That's the beauty of a 2-0 lead. I mean, if you get behind the count, nobody on base, you can just say, here, hit it. Gives you that 1-run cushion. And Penny's taking advantage of it all day. Or at least it's the 4th.
Renteria bounces it off his foot. It's 2-2. Renteria has that shin guard on. May have gotten him on the toe.
Yeah, it's taking him some time to walk off. Let's see exactly where it got him.
Oh, right on the ankle. Hit that ball good, too. Full count.
Penny not happy with that pitch. That was the one pitch he wanted to throw just below the strike zone out over the plate, and he pulled it. There you see the distribution of pitches. They say anything 15 or less is good. Only one time has he exceeded, well, 2 times he's exceeded 15. And when he's gone over, he hasn't gone over by much. 92 pitches.
Souvenir. It stays 3-2 to Renteria. Got him.
Changeup. Same pitch he struck him out with back in the 4th inning. And he throws it here. The 3-2 count. Split finger he uses as a change, and that's just flat out confidence.
Sandoval 2 for 3. A single in the 4th, a double in the 6th. If there's a pattern here, Sandoval is going to get on base.
You're going with the 2-out knock theory?
Yeah. Foul back, and it's 0-1.
The Pandaval bobblehead. Yeah. I want to get that, I want to get that, I want to get that. They got it.
Set up way outside. And it missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Try to wrap around a little backdoor breaking ball.
Got a fastball and fouls it back. It's 1-2.
Oh, yeah. You give your date a ball, you're going to get a kiss.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And tight. 2-2.
Penny had a little lean back to the Cardinal dugout. He thought he made strike 3 with that fastball.
Yeah, the little guy's upset. He did not get the ball. Two-two pitch to Sandoval. And Sandoval shoots one to left for a base hit.
Penny cannot believe it. He took his hat off immediately and gave Sandoval a stare. I mean, he says it to say, how do you hit this pitch?
Well, he backed him off the pitch before.
How do you hit that pitch? The Panda is just amazing at being able to extend and get something out of it. And watch the reaction from Penny. Can't believe it.
We got a pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. new pitcher. He'll be facing Benji Molina.
There you see the numbers for Jason Mott, and he is not a finesse guy. He is a converted catcher with a great arm. 7 strikeouts in 6 2/3. He can run it up there pretty good.
And Molina was waiting on it, and he fouls it back.
95-mile-an-hour challenge right out of bed from Mott. He'll also throw a slider at you, but pretty much he's going to just challenge with hard stuff.
Oh, 1 to Molina. Molina 1 for 3 in the game. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
97 on the gun. The family, a bit embarrassed that the old man kind of did his dance.
That is not my dad.
That's a New Year's Eve dance if I've ever seen one.
0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball. Mott maybe off his hand right to Schumacher, and that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up.
Part for Earth Day because the Giants sure are. In fact, the first pitch, it was thrown out by, yep, you got it, a hawk. In partnership with PG&E and the California Academy of Sciences, the Giants have brought Earth Day right here to AT&T Park. Fans have been able to go up to the club level and check out some endangered species, and the Giants have handed out these reusable grocery bags. Oh, we thought Juan Uribe was going to throw it in there, but he threw it to a fan. Get your bag on. Bye, guys.
Ninth inning. 2-0 Cardinals. Brendan Metters will be facing Brendan Ryan. And a strike to Ryan. Ryan has walked twice and he's popped out. Swing and a miss.
Good curveball. That's a good. That's as good as it gets for a pitcher with a good curveball like Metters. Get strike one with a fastball, then you throw your floater in there and totally mess with Brendan Ryan.
Velez freezes. Now he comes in. 1 out.
Numbers for Metters. He had a little rough spell early on. He just was not really feeling it, having a tough time finding his release point. But he says he's real close right now. He's made real positive gains here in the last week. 16 hits in 6 1/3. And Giants fans remember what he did last year. he had a very solid season coming out of the pen. So 13 hits in 6 innings, not the normal Metters.
Felipe Lopez on the ground is short. Renteria, the quick exchange, and they just got him. And that'll bring to the plate Skip Schumacher. Schumacher, 1 for 4. Fastball is low and in. Giants will have one more crack at the Cardinals. It'll be DeRosa, Ishikawa, and Sherholtz. Going around was Schumacher. It's a ball and a strike. Schumacher takes one in the dirt.
There you see the closer for the Cardinals getting greased up, Ryan Franklin. The Giants will see him in the bottom of the 9th.
Two-one pitch. Schumacher off his fist. Sandoval will not have a shot.
Over there by Amy G.
Yeah.
Amy, make a play. We know you can hit.
Wait a minute, we haven't seen that piece yet.
Oh, she said she could.
2-2 to Schumacher. Schumacher on the ground again to Renteria. And the Giants shortstop throws him out. Here comes the bottom of the 9th. Giants looking for some AT&T magic.
Now for our Dodge Ram drives of the game. The big difference in this game has been Albert Pujols, a 3-for-4 day, and it started off against Matt Cain with 2 outs in the first. He hits a hanging breaking ball, and he knocks it out of the ball yard. Home run number 17. But he also got a single in the 3rd, and then a single in the 5th. And those are our Dodge Ram drives of the game. New pitcher now for St. Louis, Ryan Franklin, their closer. And he's not your prototypical closer because he's got a lot of things he can do with the ball. There you see 5 for 5 in save opportunities and conversions. He'll throw 88 to 92 with a fastball, but he's got a curveball, a slider, a split. He can sink the ball, cut the ball. He can give you a lot of different looks. He can pitch.
Well, Giants need a base runner to get the tying run to the plate, and here's Mark DeRosa. DeRosa, straightaway center field. Starts to carry a bit, but DeRosa takes an 0 for 4, 1 out. And here's Travis Ishikawa.
Ryan Franklin last year really was his breakout year. 38 saves for the Cardinals, 1.92 ERA in 62 games. That's a solid season.
Ishikawa 0 for 3. Outside a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
But you know, you look at closers and you always think those are the guys with the great stuff, and they're going to average a strikeout or more an inning. And he doesn't do that. He's like 6 strikeouts per 9 innings. But it's just that he can give you so many different looks. And it's kind of like you got a starter at the end of the game trying to close out games.
Well, because you may not face many hitters, I guess you almost have to eliminate some pitches.
Well, that's really the case. Man, Rod Beck used to be the same way. Rod Beck used to have 5 things he could throw at you, plus the kitchen sink.
Ishikawa fights it off, foul.
That was not a hanger. Good job of fighting that one off. I mean, Franklin was a starter throughout most of his career. And that included the big leagues, too. I mean, he was a starter for 3 years in Seattle.
One-two pitch. Inside 2-2.
Well, once he got to St. Louis, he got put in the bullpen, and lo and behold, Cardinals found out he could close games.
Ishikawa breaks his bat, slowly hit. Pujols to Franklin, 2 outs. And here's Nate Scherholtz, who will try to get aboard for Andres Torres. Giants today are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Scherholtz 1 for 3. Looks at a strike. Scherholtz in the left center field. And this one is going to drop. It'll be a ground rule double for Nate Scherholtz. And it gives Giants some hope.
A 2-hit day for Nate Scherholtz, and this is an impressive at bat, not only because there's 2 outs in the 9th, but because of how he put the swing on it. Little hanger on the outside corner up, but goes with the location, and you talk about backspin perfection. That ball had huge carry on it.
Here's Torres. And a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. There's Juan Uribe, who's on deck. On the ground, and this should do it. And it does. And the Cardinals take the final game.